Hello viewers, welcome back to the Toffee Takeover, and before we get started on the episode today, I want to ask you guys a question, and that question is, if Everton get Champions League football for next season, and we have been threatening for it for quite a while now, if we get Champions League football next season, do you want to see a second season of this series? And I ask you this for a couple of reasons. Number one is that it would be very interesting to see how Everton do in the Champions League. We've got a whole summer transfer window to try and bring in big name players with the Champions League money that we would have gotten. And number two is that I haven't made all my graphics yet for my main FM18 save, which is of course the Fallen Giants save with Nottingham Forest. Obviously, with the game just coming out, still haven't gotten around to making all those graphics. So I'm just going to leave you guys with that question. The poll is going to be in the upper right-hand corner. Just a simple yes or no. If we make Champions League football, do you want to see a second season of this series? So go have at it and enjoy the show today. Quarterfinals time versus Olympiacos. What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and if you're still enjoying the series, please do go and drop a like. And like I just said, it's the Europa League quarterfinals where we're going to be taking on Olympiacos. First home, then away, and a recap of Huddersfield in between that. But before we get into that, we did play a few matches, as well as it's injury report time once again. And since our last episode, we only played two matches, one in the league and one in the cup, that being the quarterfinals of the FA Cup taking on Manchester City, where I deem it the rotation bowl because neither side had a full-strength squad out there, and somehow we come away with a lucky 2-0 victory. It really was two fluky goals by Yannick Bolasie, as we only had 6 shots total compared to Manchester City, where they battered us in front of nets. But Pickford held solid. The defense, yes, they were leaky at times, but they did hold strong to come away with a clean sheet. I do have to say, though, Claudio Bravo on Manchester City's side probably had something to do with it, as he was nursing a sprained wrist, but they stuck him out there anyway and still let those 2 goals go through. So now we are through the FA Cup semifinals, a trip to Wembley, and it's a team that's on the other side of Manchester. Manchester United will be our semifinal opponents. And then following that up, we took a trip out to the Liberty Stadium, taking on Swansea and coming away 2-1 victors, with Ademola Lookman getting himself a brace on the day. But that's not the main story. No. You see this little cross right next to Sandro? Yeah, Sandro picked up a 4-week injury. He is going to be out with sprained ankle ligaments, and that obviously means he cannot play today, and that's going to hurt us, especially sitting up front. So we're going to have to try and figure something out to incorporate the rest of the squad and not rely on the man who scored almost 30 goals this season. And we're going to be going with this formation. Yay, it's a strikerless. I don't really like strikerless all that much, but obviously we gotta have to go with it because I don't really trust Wayne Rooney sitting up front. And I do have Davy Klaassen as a shadow striker, so I might as well use him as my main attacking option going forward. Along the rest of the attacking mid-fronts, we got Lookman, we got Lennon, we got Siggy going forward. We got Barkley and McCarthy sitting behind them. The back line will be Baines, Keane, Jagielka, and Coleman. Of course, Pickford sitting in between the sticks. And of course, because of the injuries, we don't have a full complement bench, so we're going to have to bring up a couple of players from my youth squad. Benny Beningame is coming back, as well as Matty Folds, a 20-year-old left back who is obviously going to be backing up Leighton Baines on this day. But if everything fails, I can say, hey, at least we met the board expectations. Well, at least Olympiacos are going to be coming out in somewhat of a defensive formation, a 4-4-1-1 with 2 defensive mids. So we're going to look at try and use counterattacking along the wing side. Seba and Carcella going to try and cross it inside to Fortunis and Djurdjevic as their main attacking threats. 3 minutes on now, Michael Keane with the throw-in to Aaron Lennon. Does have a few blue shirts in the box. If he's able to find one, he gets Ademola Lookman. 3 minutes on, we strike early, and that's the perfect start for the Blues today. What a lovely cross in from Aaron Lennon out to Ademola Lookman from one winger to another. This is what I like to see. Get more people in the attacks. Get more people pushing forward. With Ademola Lookman as an inside forward, he's always going to be sitting in front of net. Why? I just take a look at this and I go, why? James McCarthy out injured. We obviously don't have Gaye because he's still nursing his injury. Mohamed Besic wasn't registered for this competition, which means that we got to bring in 18-year-old youngster Benny Beningame is going to be the defensive mid to replace McCarthy 12 minutes into the match. Oh, God. Siggy with a free kick into the far post. Oh, who's it going to find? Is it a penalty? No, Davy Klaassen is offside. And even then, Davy Klaassen hit the post. He needed to put that ball away. 36 minutes now, and Olympiacos coming forward, getting the ball out on the wing, crossing inside. Pickford, what? Okay, Jordan Pickford saving it, but keeping it inside. That was really dangerous, and not smart whatsoever. So first half, we're up 1-0, and it does feel a little bit nervy, but I think that the goal that we got from Ademola Lookman early on is starting to calm people's nerves down. But I do want to see one more, maybe even 2 more goals on this day before we go to Greece. So boys, you're doing fine, but I want to see something more. I want to see a couple more goals. And we've had 6 shots, 4 of them on target, majority possession. We are in control of this match. But we need to, like I said, just do more. Do more than what we got right now, and then be a little bit more comfortable going to Greece. Siggy on the ball, getting it through to Aaron Lennon. Back inside to Siggy, who takes a shot. Siggy! Gylfi Sigurdsson from just outside the box. That was not the strongest of shots, and he kept it on the deck. But it's 2-0 to Everton. Let's go. That was some decent passing around the middle of the park between Ademola Lookman, Siggy, and Lennon. But honestly, I did not think that this shot was going to go in whatsoever. I thought the keeper was going to save it, but it just goes under his arms, and it's 2-0 to Everton. We're running free once again, but Lookman really needs to do a lot better with his passing. Djurdjevic on the ball. There's several blue shirts around him. We really need to be closing down these guys. Takes a shot, and it didn't miss by much. Just goes wide of the post. Wayne Rooney coming on for Davy Klaassen because Klaassen really has not done well at all on this day, so maybe switching him up could potentially mean something. I have no idea, to be completely honest with you. Wayne Rooney and Mason Holgate coming on because their counterparts in Davy Klaassen and Seamus Coleman haven't been doing all that great on this day, and we still have 6 minutes left to go in this match. I would love to take a clean sheet back to Greece, but I don't like seeing Olympiacos coming forward. It's an own goal! No, it's not an own goal! Oh my lord, Mason Holgate almost putting it into the back of his own net, but Pickford with the great reflexes. Saw that bounce off his head. I thought it was going to be in for an own goal, but Pickford with the great reflexes, keeping it out. And now very, very wary back pass there. As we got 5 seconds left, it looks like we are going to have a 2-0 victory at home going into the second leg of this quarterfinal matchup. That's the best thing you could have asked for. However, like I said, no Sandro and now no James McCarthy. Let's hope that it's not a long-term injury. What does James McCarthy say? What does it say? Potential foot injury. Okay, so it could possibly be a broken foot, meaning that he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Boys, it was a good win, but let's just go to the injury page because it's definitely going to be, okay, pulled ankle ligaments. He's out 2 to 3 weeks, but that obviously means he's not going to be able to play in the second leg. But before we get to that second leg, we got to play a match versus Huddersfield in the league. Let's get a recap of that, and then the all-important showdown in Greece. And in a match that you figure that we should have been winning regardless, against 16th place Huddersfield, we only came away with a 1-0 victory, and that's 1 goal coming in the 89th minute at the foot of Yannick Bolasie. Hey, give Bolasie all the credit that he deserves because he's been coming on like a firestorm ever since his injury return. And speaking of injury returns, Romero Funes Mori made his season debut finally after that cruciate damage that he was out for 10 months for, and he had himself a 6.9 average rating, so not too terribly bad, but you got to figure with all those center backs that I brought in during the winter window that Funes Mori's time in the club might be up, but we'll just have to wait and see what the rest of the season holds as well as how the summer turns out. But yeah, 3 points here against Huddersfield, but could have scored a lot more goals. All right, now it's time for that all-important second leg matchup in the Europa League quarterfinals, traveling out to Greece to take on Olympiacos. And of course, we're going to have to use the striker list again with Jordan Pickford in between the sticks. The flat back four will be Coleman, Keane, Holgate, and Baines. And making his first start for the senior team because all other defensive mids are injured, Benny Beningame is going to try and hold down that defensive mid spot with Ross Barkley sitting just ahead of him. And then the flat four in the attacking mid spots, we got Siggy, we got Morales, we got Ademola Lookman, and Davy Klaassen will be the shadow striker. One of these guys have got to score goals, but if they don't, the back four have got to hold it down. Now, I do hold this team in high regard that I think that we can get ourselves through to the semifinals of the Europa League. We can hold this 2-goal lead down, but that's what I said last time around. And look at what almost happened. Villarreal scoring 3 at home, and we just beat them on away goals. So this time around, we need to be doing a lot better. We need to be doing a lot better defensively, and so that they do not come and counterattack the hell out of us. 10 minutes on, Siggy with a corner kick, whipping it inside. Doesn't really find anybody in a blue shirt, and they clear it away. Olympiacos clearing it out to Carcelo, who cuts inside, beating, I believe that was Seamus Coleman on the wing, and then crosses inside. Djurdjevic gets himself the first goal of this match. It's 1-0 Olympiacos, but 2-1 on aggregate. Goes to Everton. But first shot on goal, first shot taken in the match, goes in the back of the net. So Football Manager, I mean, this is still the same Football Manager game that we all know and love. Just a few minutes later now, here we come potentially on an attack. Siggy tries to flip it out to Morales, but it's taken off of him, and now Fortuna's coming forward. Fortuna's taking a shot, but Pickford there with a save. Olympiacos, like we said before, we really need to hold it down on the back line, but as it stands right now, the defense is running ragged. Doing very well passing the ball around the middle of the park, but we need to get up to the wings too. Kevin Morales, that's exactly what we want to see. Cross it in, my man. Crosses it in. Oh, where's the foul, ref? He tripped him up. And this is what happens when you don't have a prime striker away from home. You just lose all sense of attack, I guess. Kevin Morales really needs to do better to win that ball and hold on to that ball. Same with Ronald Koeman. You can't just give it away like that in a deep position, an attacking position, and expect to get anything out of it. Olympiacos doing very well on a counterattack up the wing, gets inside of Djurdjevic, and Djurdjevic has just equalized this tie. It's 2-2, and the defense, like I said, they really need to hold it down. They have been doing everything but right now. It's Olympiacos just running through our defense like it's Swiss cheese. Wonderful passing, getting out to the wings, and then the cross inside from that winger to Djurdjevic, like we're standing still. Like we're standing still and not knowing how to play football. And Siggy has picked up a foot injury. I'm going to be subbing him out for Wayne Rooney as soon as possible, and immediately he just gives up the ball. If this ends up being a third goal, then we're in for a world of hurt. Ball coming inside. That's exactly what happens. It's a third goal. Oh my God, this team is just falling apart away from home. What's going on defensively, guys? This is the 4-2-3-1. Bear in mind, this is the 4-2-3-1, but it's just with the striker dropped back to a shadow striker role. Everybody's roles, every team instruction is still the same. And that's the same exact formation and roles that we've used to start steamrolling this league. And against Olympiacos, all of a sudden, you drop the striker back and everything's gone to shit. I do gotta say this, though, is that while we may be a goal down, all we need is that one goal, and we got ourselves that away goals advantage, much like what we did versus Villarreal. It's just all a shambles, though. We're gonna have to bring off Morales for Aaron Lennon because Morales is looking very, very nervous. So Aaron Lennon has come on for Kevin Morales because Kevin Morales has been looking extremely nervous, and that's basically 2 subs in 45 minutes. The first half that I really did not want to or need to make, but they had to have been done just to try and change this thing up and try and get something out of this match. This is still the original opening highlight to this match. Djurdjevic coming through when you know it's not your day and when you know that it's the game is going against you. That's what it is. That's exactly what this is. It's Djurdjevic's hat trick. It's 4-2 now to Olympiacos, and we obviously now need to score 2 if we want to win this tie. And with the way that we've been going right now, there's just no way we're probably even going to get 1. As Olympiacos still coming forward there. That was a great tackle. And then we just let them get the ball right back. What is going on here? Great interception. Now take it and go. Lennon, push up. Boys, push forward, please. Aaron Lennon holding the ball out. Gets it through to Rooney. Or now gets through to Rooney. To Davy Klaassen, to Ademola Lookman. And Ademola blazes it over the bar. Everyone's been playing very abysmal. Leighton Baines on a 5'9". I haven't seen him have that in quite a long time. Lookman's on a 5'8". I just subbed off Ronald Koeman. He was on a 6'0". Everyone's been playing extremely poorly today, and believe me, the players that have that lower ratings are going to get fined because we had this match. We had this tie at its throat with a 2-0 lead, and it looked like we had all the confidence in the world that we could get ourselves through to the semifinals. But travel to Greece, apparently, you just lose all semblance of cohesion. So as the ref blows his full-time whistle, it's 4-0 on the day to Olympiacos, 4-2 on aggregates, and like I said, that is us out of the Europa League. Boys, that was, oh boy. I am not happy with that result over 2 legs. That's plain and simple. Fergie hairdryer treatment, yelling at everybody. Taking a look at the other results around the ground, Spartak Moscow advance, Juventus advance, and RB Leipzig on away goals get past fellow German side Hertha Berlin. So there you go. That's what your quarterfinal, or I should say your semifinals, are going to be like. I still think that Juventus are going to win this competition since they're down in it, but that just means that we're not going to be in it anymore, and we're not going to have a chance to win it. So that puts all of our attention now on the FA Cup and the league. And let's take a look and see what our matches are going to look like for the rest of the season. As you can see here, 5 matches in the league left, and of course that date at Wembley in the semifinals versus Manchester United. I feel that we're definitely going to be coming back for these last 4 matches in 2 separate episodes. So next time around, it'll be Manchester United and Chelsea, just to see if we can potentially get ourselves through to an FA Cup final. And then the one after that, Arsenal versus Brighton to finish out the season. I guess that's how football works sometimes. You got the highs, you got the lows, and sometimes they could be absolutely shit. Doing so well after a first leg, and they get bounced in the second by playing piss poor. It happens. But anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the episode nonetheless, and if you did, please do go and drop it a like, share with all your friends, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more FM18 content. If you want to leave a comment on the episode or in the series as a whole, please do so in the comment box below. But I am Gendo, and you are awesome, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and peace out.